Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lil Chat. It's me, Lil Dag Master, with Lil Keys Master, right here, baby. Let's get it.
What's up, y'all? How's it going?
This is officially episode. Oh, I'm sorry, Angel. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, oh. Well, I'm good, bro.
This is officially episode one of Little Chats. The other one we had was kind of like a little episode zero and a starter, a little test. But I want to do this podcast every week. We're planning every Tuesday, but we'll see how we do it. We'll test the waters. Put our feet in the little cold ocean water there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, everybody, welcome. What we do here is we just talk. We talk life. We talk video games. We talk entertainment. We talk todo, the whole enchilada, right?
Seaway.
Right, right, hermano. But yeah. So, Angel, how you doing, bro? How was your day today?
Oh, God. Well, uh, I woke up at 12 o'clock. I don't know why. I went to bed at 2:30, which, yeah, I know is pretty late, but if we do the math, 8 hours is 10:30, right? So I should have at least woken up by 10:30. But no, my body said yeet and woke me up at 12. I'm confused. I went to the gym last night. You would think
That's
I
why,
would be
baby. That's
what?
why.
But
Yeah, you get tired. I mean, after on Monday, I played basketball 5 games, and the sun was even like, yeah, it was daytime,
hmm
but it was cloudy like as freak, and but I was, dude, after those 5 games, I was dead, bro. I didn't take a nap that day. Came home, just chilled with Haley. I think we played video games, but whatever. That night, I,
hmm
my body that the day after on Tuesday, I was done. It was bad. It was game over.
Oof,
So I mean, yeah, it's a workouts, bro.
it's
I
crazy,
I
man.
think I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I woke up and then I'm playing Marvel Contest of Champions,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to get food. Then I'm watching this show on Netflix right now called Mindhunter, which
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
freaking love it. And now here I am with the one and only Lil Dyke.
Hey, little dad, baby, you scared? That's me.
That's you.
That's
That's you,
good, man.
baby. How about
Man.
you, fam?
Today was pretty well better than yesterday for sure. I'll get to yesterday, but
Okay,
pretty
okay, okay.
pretty chill. I mean, work is work, and I'm trying to do something new, uh, trying to progress in my job. As if no one knows, I work as a recreational leader at a school for elementary. Basically, I am like the PE coach, the person that does activities during recess. I put out games for the kids and hang out with them and conversate with them, and yeah, that's my job. And so I've just been recently, like, I've been getting very tired of the games I've been doing, and I'm trying to research new games. I'm trying to figure out what I should do differently to get them engaged, because the games I've been doing lately have been not like, it's not like they're not enjoying it, but
hmm
I've noticed a decrease of numbers of kids trying to play the game I have out. So, but so I just introduced this like obstacle course, and they have like these little hula hoops they have to jump through. I mean, go through, and then they have to go on this potato sack. It's just like a little fun, little relay obstacle course. Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so we did that today, and dodgeball. It's like dodgeball fever right now at the school. We're having a tournament coming up soon with the kids at fourth and fifth grade.
Uh-huh.
So they're going to be competing, and it's basically they're going to be playing a couple of games for like a season, and then we're going to have our playoffs, and the winner wins a pizza party or an ice cream party of their choosing. So,
Wow, I want to be in your class, coach.
Coach Josh, bro. Oh my God. So going back to yesterday. Oh God.
hmm
If you ask Kaylee, my beautiful girlfriend, soon to be wife, um,
Oof, oof.
I just came home
Mhm.
so dead, bro. I think that's when I texted you about
Yeah.
having a headache. But I've never felt so overwhelmed yesterday, or like in my job in general. Just the amount of voices and all the kids calling me to help out in situations that, oh, this kid is not hanging out with me anymore, and all these little, what's it called, first world problems.
Yeah.
And like, just having the kids, I'm in the middle of the basketball court watching basketball for fifth and sixth grade, and they get very into it and they're loud, and then like I said, having these kids come to me, it's just like so much. My head was about to burst. But yeah.
Explode.
Hmm. Exactly.
Hmm. I see.
But yeah, that's me, bro. And that's the end of the podcast, everybody.
GG's. GG's, everyone.
But yeah, no, I'm just uh trying to yeah, I've never experienced that before with the kids. I mean, I've always been able to handle it, but I just felt like it was back to back, and then there was this like huge fight, well, not a fight, but a little fight between the class that kind of top like was a cherry on the top of that day, that they were all crying, and yeah,
Bruh. Damn, son.
so that was my day and yesterday.
You're more like a daddy Josh, not a coach Josh.
If let's not say that ever again.
Oof. Oof. My bad, fam. My bad. They slipped. They slipped.
All right, so anyways, getting away from our days and our life of today, I wanted
Hmm.
this podcast to be very focused up on, and I know it's like the end of January, but I want to talk about 2019 in general, and also our year now in 2020. And many topics we could talk about. We could talk about video games, movies. And if anyone doesn't know what Angel's doing with that noise right now, he was hyping up right now. He was doing the hype. He was dancing.
Yeah, I
But
was. I'm excited.
I just want to talk about our anticipated movies of this year, video games, our events in life. Do we
Ooh.
have any like you? Do you have any events that you're looking forward to in this year, baby? I want. uh, yeah, just to talk about 2019. But I don't know if you want to bring up something, and you could get off your phone and stop playing
I'm
contest
not.
of champions.
I'm not. No, wait, you brought up a lot of stuff. Should I
I
just
know,
start
I
from
know, no.
anywhere?
Start from anywhere, bro. Dive in.
Anywhere. Okay.
All right, wait. Let's start with 2019, and then we'll lead up to 2020.
2020. Okay. Well, I'll just start by saying that 2019 was a oof year. I want to call it a oof year for me. It was tough. Uh, some good things happened. Like I graduated from college. I got my bachelor's of psychology, bachelor of arts in psychology at APU, and then I also started my graduate school program. Um, Gonna get my master's degree in clinical psychology with an emphasis in marriage and family therapy. And so those were some great things. I started teaching music lessons over the summer of 2019, which is something that I've been very hesitant of doing for a long time. But I finally got that started. I celebrated 3 years with my awesome girlfriend. Let's get it, yeah, in July. Man, what else? What other great things happened this year? Uh, I saw a lot of movies. I saw 50, I think 56 films in the
Good for you.
theater. No, not in the theater. Well, because I count Netflix movies now too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, basically I saw 56 movies. The majority of them were in the theater, all thanks to AMC A List. Um, so yeah, it was good things this year. It was good things, but the reason why I'm calling it an oof year is because I had some personal struggles. Um, as some people know, my grandfather passed away in August of 2019, the same year, the same month he was born, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's how I want to go out. I want to die in March. Um, uh, what else I want to say about that? Yeah, it was hard for me. My grandpa couldn't be there in May for my graduation. By that point, he was bedridden and couldn't get up. So a lot of good when the good stuff was happening, it kind of was bittersweet because of the health of my grandpa, and my dad was affected by it too, physically and emotionally. My grandma had surgery, so it's been a lot of stuff, man, a
Oof.
lot of stuff. Um, man, oof, big oof. And
Big
then the
oofs.
beginning of the year, I had some relational conflicts. That's all I'm going to say about that. Um, uh,
Oof.
yeah, big oof, bro. And
Can you
man,
have an
it
oof in
was
the chat, please?
yeah. Those things. Comment oof below right now and enter the timestamp and just put oof for me. Um, but yeah, it was a very mixed bag of a year, but I would say it's more of a oof. Like it was really tough. And within me, my own personal stuff, it was crazy. But yeah, that was my 2019, baby.
Hmm. Hmm.
How about you, Lil Dag?
2019. My God. Maybe I should have wrote something about 2019.
Oof, oof,
I
oof.
mean, it was a long year, and every time like I hear someone say, "Man, it felt like a short year," but I feel
Nah, it
like
was long.
yeah, it was a long year. But I just feel like since it's the end of it's December and the end of the year, everybody just feels like, man, we're already at December, and like my God, you know,
Hmm.
everybody has that mentality like it's already almost next year, 2020. But 2019. I mean, honestly, yeah, like I couldn't can like pinpoint the major oof, which is just as my dad's a pastor. Uh, we have a church in LA, and well, we've decided in this year to sell it. So we've had a huge transition. What happened? Oh, there you go. My computer just shut down for a little bit. We had a huge
Oof.
transition, and just going, just moving. The process of selling and the process of moving, and it was a hard transition for me and my family as a pastoral family. So I would just pinpoint that as a big oof. But honestly, life is good though. Life is good. Right now, like at the top of my head, for some reason I'm like blanking out. But for sure, one of the major highlights is I got my car, and that car was a blessing. My cousin, uh, helped me out with this car, and it was a easy transition. So that honestly, the car that I got this year has been such a great help in my life. So that's
Amen.
like the number one thing. I mean, and then like just having these events with uh we went to Idaho this year, right? Idaho,
Oh,
uh
yeah,
with
that was another positive. That was really fun
with the boys and
with the boys, man, and
Angel.
James.
Oh my God, yeah. we'll tell the story about James a little bit right now, but
Yeah, yeah,
we went to Idaho, and low keys here, Angel. He's a worship leader, a minister, right? Is that the
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And he was invited to play praise and worship at a church at our good friend, our good brother that we consider as a brother at his church, and my brothers, my my blood brother, and my cousins were invited to preach over there at that church, and it was just a good time to hang out with my good friends and my family. They were all family. Sorry, Angel. My good
oof, oof,
family.
oof, 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 oof. It's all right, bro.
And we had great laughs, great fun, and we met James. And I don't know if you want to go ahead and talk about James.
Oh God, help us. So James was our Airbnb host, and it was one of those situations, one of those properties where he is on the property with us, but in
And
like a
mind you, I've
separate
never
room.
been to an Airbnb, so I like when I heard, oh, we're gonna an Airbnb, I was like, oh, bet we're gonna have a house to ourselves. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought too, man. But yeah, so we get there and it was a surprise to us. But I'm telling you, every time this man came to talk to us, he stunk. Stunk. The man stunk. There's no easy way to say it, ladies and gentlemen.
oh
But the
man,
man stunk.
this
And
man, this man didn't take a bath since he was born, bro.
it was bad, my guys, my dudes. It was bad.
Man.
Um, but we made it. You know, we survived. But that kind of became a joke, the inside joke for us, because it was just funny. You know, like he was very he was interesting, but most interesting was his stench, and
uh,
that was just torture for us. But
you know
we
how
made it.
I've been watching Dragon Ball and all this anime. I'm a weeb now. Uh,
Yes, Nani.
well, the the first season it ends off with Goku doing a tournament and he's in the martial arts tournament and his friend named Krillin goes against this man named Bacterian and this man
Hmm.
is his fighting tactics is being disgusting, nasty, and smells like dirt and like he's never taken a bath before in his life. And
Oof.
his finishing move, and it just reminds me of James. I don't know, I don't know why, but
Uh-huh.
one of his finishing moves is, bro, he opens up his underwear, bro. He puts his hand and scratches his balls, bro. He scratches
What?
his balls. He takes out his hand and he says, "Stinky fingers." and then
What?
he touches Krillin and Krillin gets knocked out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I'm sorry.
What
That's
kind
just
of shows you be watching, fam?
Dragon Ball, baby. It's funny, man. It's comedy, but yeah.
Um,
But anyways, 2019 Idaho. That was fun. Uh,
it was.
and
Especially since
oh,
it
go
was
ahead.
just us. We didn't have to deal with
Yes,
any
Wyman.
old any we didn't have any girlfriends, we didn't have any older adults. It was just the
No
boys.
boomers, no whammon, just the boys, just the dad.
That's perfect. No
Yeah.
boomers, dude. No boomers, man.
And then just Halloween was pretty cool. Going out to Universal Studios, Hollywood Horror Nights. Oof, uh, oof. That
Yeah,
was
man. We went
yesterday.
there to evangelize. We went there to
Oof.
save the souls.
What, you want me to cut that out or what?
Nah, I'm just playing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just playing.
Nah, going to not scary farm.
Spooky.
You want me to cut it out, bro? I'll cut it out right now.
Nah, bro. I'm scared.
And I went to Six Flags. Oh, getting the freaking membership to Six Flags, bro. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you
I'm
became
a
a diamond elite.
Yeah. So Six Flags has this membership, and I got the top membership, and I'm like VIP Diamond Elite. So I've been going maybe like once a month, last year and even this year. And I love roller coasters. I love
Mm.
Six Flags is one of my top theme parks, right next to Disneyland. Of course, I mean Disneyland is like no competition, but Six Flags is different because it's thrill. You feel the thrill, baby. So,
Absolutely.
um, yeah, man. I mean, I'm just gonna cut it like that because I don't want to go too much into it, and I honestly can't think. Uh,
Oof.
m- like, I mean, I had an anniversary, but that's it.
Ooh.
No, just play. I love you, baby. But yeah, that's my 2019. But let's talk about your top. Let's say top five movies of that 2019 year, baby.
Ooh. Well, Let me pull up my list, fam. Well, I can tell you right now, actually. Let me see here. How did I do that? I'll start with my number five, um, which is, if I can refresh my memory, let me just pull up my list here. I actually keep a detailed list of these rankings, which you know about, Josh.
Mhm.
So my top 10 movies of the year, um, coming in at number five. And I'm
Number
giving
five.
my
Mhm.
grading system. Well, no, I'm not going to say the grade. I'm just going to say I'm just going to rank them. Number five was Spider-Man Far From Home. That movie was awesome. And however, it wasn't amazing. I couldn't put it like in my top three. Um, Not to say that there was anything wrong with the movie. It was just more like, I guess the scale, it felt very, that's the great thing about the Spider-Man movies though. It felt very like focused. It feels like on the ground, it's nothing like incredibly like, this is gonna end the world, Um, but it was really nice. You had the Nick Fury in there. It was post Endgame, so it was very interesting to see how what was going to come next after Endgame,
Mhm.
and so I really loved that, and I love the characters. I loved Mysterio. I loved Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. I loved the twist at the end with the scrolls, and
Oof.
yeah. I mean, come on. If you haven't seen Spider-Man Far From Home by now, you ain't gonna watch it. Let's be real.
uh,
Um, that
spoiler
movie
alert.
came that movie came out in July 2019, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't seen it by now, then that's on your part.
If y'all don't want to hear about the movie 2019, spoiler alert right now.
Oof, oof, oof. But yeah, no, Spider-Man Far From Home was great. Number five. Number five. Number four. Number four was Dora and the Lost City of Gold. That's a big yeet. I'm just playing. Yeah,
Dora.
man.
Mhm.
Number four was Us. Jordan Peele. Us. That was back in February of 2019, if I'm not mistaken. But my God, it's one of those movies that you have to watch twice in the theater in order for it to make sense. I remember at the end of the first viewing, I was with Genesis, and I looked over to her, and I was like, "What?" Like for the ending, I was like,
Mhm.
"What did I just watch? Like, what? What did that mean?" I was
Yeah.
totally confused. I was totally confused. But then I started watching videos and reviews, and then I finally understood it, and I was like, I got to go back and watch it again. And I love movies like that. I love when they make you want to go
I'm gonna
watch it
watch it
again.
again.
And that to me is all these movies, the top five, I've watched multiple times, except for one. I don't know why, but all of them I've gone to watch back multiple times in the theater. But no, it was great, great thriller. It was scary. It had Jordan Peele always has a message, and so I liked catching on to that message. So that was us at number four. Number three was Toy Story 4. We're in the top
Mhm.
three now, baby. Toy Story 4 was very moving, very touching, beautifully made. And I love the focus on Woody. I think at this point, there's just so many toys now. There's Buzz, there's man, I can't even say all of them. Every movie they're adding new toys. So I think it was, at first I was a little like weird about, oh well, I felt like Buzz didn't really play a big role, Jesse didn't really play a big role. Yep, yep, Forky baby. But we'll get there. They didn't really play big roles like in the first couple movies, but that's fine. If this is the end, it makes sense to end it off with focusing on Woody, and so I liked that. I liked bringing Bo back into the mix. I love Forky. That mini series on Disney Plus was awesome with Forky the shorts, the Pixar shorts. And so, yeah, that movie moved me. It had a great message, great voice acting. The animation's impeccable. I absolutely loved it. Definitely top three. Number two, this may surprise some people, but Avengers Endgame is number two. Now, I'm not going to rant about how amazing Avengers Endgame was, but it was beautifully written, beautifully done, beautifully made. I thought the timing, the runtime, the 3 hours and 2 minutes was perfect. I would not have added any more or anything less. It felt right, and I barely felt the runtime. We had that was something we were all afraid of. Oh my God, it's our first like 3 hour something movie, the first 3 hour
I
Marvel
wasn't
movie.
afraid, baby. I was ready to
No,
sit
I
down
was
there for
ready.
10 hours.
I was honestly, I would have been down for an intermission too, dude.
Hmm.
I would have been down for something
For
like that
another
if they
hour.
made the movie longer. Yeah, but it was good. It was very good runtime. The acting is great. The story is great. It was funny. The action's awesome. It was awesome, man. It was
Yeah.
freaking legit. I haven't had a. The last thing I'll say about this movie is I haven't had an experience in the theater like that ever before. This was the first time. Well, not the first time, but We were like yelling, dude. We were screaming and shouting in that movie, especially when Cap pops up
Yeah.
with
That's what I thought.
Mjolnir, dude.
Oh
I
my
was like,
goodness.
I was mind blown, dude. I was screaming. I had
We were
never
like
had that
little girls,
experience.
bro.
But it wasn't just us, the whole theater, dude. A
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of the
Honestly,
people in the theater.
the best, theater experience I've ever had. Opening weekend at any movie. I've never,
Yes.
any, other Marvel movie I went to. It wasn't as exciting as the people were in that theater.
Yes.
They were ready.
And I'm just gonna say something. This reaction that we got in Endgame with the audience didn't happen in Justice League. Didn't happen in The Force Awakens. Didn't happen in The Last Jedi. Certainly did not happen in The Rise of Skywalker. Um,
Yes.
but that just goes to show you, man. And I'm not saying I hated those movies, but it shows you, it set the standard like what event movies should be like.
Yeah.
And Avengers Endgame was an event movie. Like, how could you not watch
It's
that
an
movie in a
episodic
big
movie,
crowd?
bro. Yeah.
Yes, it was beautiful. And honestly, I wish that's how all the Star Wars films were. I wish that's how movies like Justice League were. But I'm not going to go into that rabbit hole. But Avengers Endgame, best experience I've ever had in a theater. But it's at number two for a reason. And that's because of Joker, with coming in at number one for me. Um, Joker had a phenomenal message to me, and I've never seen a comic movie done in that way at all. It shook me, it rocked me to my core. I had to watch it again, but I questioned if I really wanted to watch it again because it just disturbed me so much.
Yeah.
But I watched it again and I loved it, honestly. And that movie had me thinking, that movie had me sympathetic, that movie had me disgusted. That movie had me feel so many things. It was like the opposite of Endgame, dude. The direct opposite of what I felt in Endgame. I felt joy. I felt giddy, and I felt like a kid in Endgame. Here, I felt like an adult. I felt like I'm looking at a cold
Quirky
world.
fell, sorry. Hmm.
Like I'm look, it was an experience like no other, and it's definitely. I really hope it wins Best Picture at the Oscars, and I hope Joaquin Phoenix wins as well. But man, it's insane, man. But that
Yeah.
was my favorite movie of the year. Uh, Hands down, no question, man. No
I feel
question.
that.
But
No
that's
argument
my
there,
top
bro.
five.
Okay, run it back.
Top five. Number five
Yeah.
was Spider-Man: Far From Home. Number four was Us. Number three, Toy Story 4. Number two, Avengers Endgame, and number one, Joker.
Mm. All right. So yeah, Joker, Endgame. Wait.
Toy
Don't
Story
tell me
4.
the. Damn it.
Oh,
Toy
sorry.
Story for us, and then Spider Man. Okay, feel that. I
Yes,
like that.
sir.
I do like that. Do you want to? No, we'll get to there. I'm go ahead and throw mine out there. I'm kind of wrestling with my number five, and I think I
Hmm.
want to change it, and I think I am going to change it. Looking
Right
back
now,
at
right
it,
here, right now.
right here, right now.
Oof,
2019,
oof,
I didn't
oof,
really
oof.
watch as much movies, but I did watch a lot of movies. For the average moviegoer, I
Uh-huh.
just don't have a AMC, A list, whatever. I don't have an AMC around me, so I don't have that privilege to go to a movie theater with a membership like that. I had Movie Pass back then, but Movie Pass went bankrupt, and they're on doo doo alert right now.
Oof.
So, and I'm like, I want to get this Cinemark pass because I have a Cinemark where I live, but they only offer a movie a month, and but they do offer a
Oof.
discount. So I think I'm gonna get it, but I didn't get it in 2019. But anyways, um, so yeah, I didn't watch as many movies, but I watched the major ones for sure. But we'll start with number five. And number five, I had Star Wars in there, but rethinking about it, I'm gonna move it out of there, and I'm gonna go ahead and put Spider Man in there. The reason why Far From Home deserves it there is because I have a better relationship with Spider Man than Star Wars, and that is the simple fact. And it's just a better movie. It's well done. It's there's no controversies about it, or how do you say that word?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's there's not this thing that people point out about this movie, but Star Wars does. Yeah, it's a mixed bag. What's the
Mm.
title of it? Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of
But
Skywalker.
I loved it. I loved Rise of Skywalker. But I would say that I loved From Home even more, especially that freaking Mysterio scene. My God, what a sequence, bro! When I didn't want to take my eyes
Oh
off of that,
yes.
bro. When he was
Yes.
messing with Spider Man, that was, I think, the best Spider-Man sequence I've ever seen in any Spider-Man movie, and it was so well done. It was great, beautiful movie.
Bro, that's vintage Mysterio, dude.
Yeah, and
Vintage Mysterio.
I loved him as a character ever since the animated series when I was a kid. I was never a comic book reader. I've all my Marvel characters, all my superhero characters, I've experienced in cartoon form. But when I
Hmm.
met Mysterio, I just fell in love with him as a villain, and I'm so glad they brought him here for the second movie in the MCU for Spider-Man. But number four.
Absolutely.
Oh, do you want to say anything?
No, no, no. I just said absolutely.
Yeah. Number four is Toy Story 4. Hey, that matches,
Hey,
baby. Such a beautiful
hey,
movie, man. After the third one in 2010, my God, 2010 to 2019. But anyways, the fourth
man.
one took me into this childhood uh, that I thought we would never need again another Toy Story movie. But my God, they did this story justice, and I can't wait for a fifth one. And I really hope they make a fifth one, and I hope they keep going. No, because it's beautiful. Pixar is amazing. So yeah, Toy Story 4 on number four.
Can I
Now,
say something real quick?
yeah, go ahead.
Did you hear about how they announced the Bo Peep Pixar short
Yes,
on Disney
yes,
Plus?
yeah. Uh,
Just wanted to say that.
Time out real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and open my door because my dogs are freaking scratching my door, baby. Yes, shit.
It's
Oh
scary.
no, you can hear me from here. My dogs are in. They start barking. They out of here. Okay, podcast people.
Oof.
uh, so, and then now I'm switching these number two and number three on my list. I I'm wrestling with it. No, I'm not wrestling with it. I have it, but I'm literally doing my top five right now, baby. But number three is gonna be Knives Out. My God, what a movie, dude!
Ooh.
Knives Out, bro. It is such an amazing movie. I really going into it. I honestly, I did never watch. I don't watch trailers. The only trailers I watch is maybe the first one of any comic book movie I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to. But any other movie, I really don't watch trailers at all. I just hear it from movie sources or hear from other people. I'm gonna watch a movie because I want to watch it, and I'm curious about it. And I love movies, so I want to watch every movie in every year if I could. But Knives Out, didn't know much about it. I didn't even know it was a freaking murder mystery movie. I thought it was just some like family drama kind of movie that what's gonna happen. But this murder mystery movie took me by surprise, dude. What's his name? James Bond, Daniel Craig,
Hmm.
amazing actor. Uh, Chris Stuckman, this this
Movie critic.
movie critic that I listened to was telling, saying about his voice, and I agree. It kind of took me by surprise. Like he has his like country voice, right?
Hmm.
Is that how do you the southern
Southern, yeah.
voice? So like it, I've never seen that. You know, from Daniel Craig where he's British and he's James Bond. So it's kind of like took me by surprise. But the movie overall is just well written. It is beautiful. It is just like it keeps you on your seat and you know, I would say Act Two and Act Three. You would think Act Two is the end of the movie, but then Act Three comes in and it's just like everywhere. Like it does everything different. I can't. I don't want to spoil it, but it because that's a movie where it's not Spider Man, it's not Avengers. Not everybody goes out there to watch a movie like Knives Out, but go watch the movie, man. It is amazing. That was number three, Knives Out. Okay, nope.
Okay,
Number two.
okay.
Number two, and and I might get flack from you,
For
but
me? Oof.
yeah, bro. But number two, ready for this?
I'm scared. Now you got me scared.
Are you ready, baby?
Yeah.
It's it two.
What?
Just play. It two is a good movie, but doesn't deserve number two. It's Joker. Uh, Joker. My Joker is such a great movie.
Mhm,
Joaquin Phoenix does such a great
mhm.
job for that character, and honestly, it kind of fits him because Joaquin is weird too. So just, I mean, Angel said a lot about it, but great movie. Something different in the comic book genre. They took a this mental illness to a whole different level and put in this character named the Joker. So it's great writing, great acting. That movie deserves all the Oscars for sure. But number one is Avengers Endgame. That is like no surprise. I am a huge MCU fan. Um, but topping like ending the story of the Infinity Saga with this movie, they did such a great job. Like Angel said, the reactions we had in the theater and all the moments in the movie, they had so many good moments, like many funny moments, many cool moments, many fan service moments. It was everything in one 3 hour
Mhm.
movie. And MCU is a whole another level. Nothing has been done like they're doing it. And I think that's the difference between Star Wars movies, DC movies. Star Wars had these huge gaps between sagas. DC never had a continuation. They're trying their hardest, but they've messed up, and now they're trying to redo everything. It's Marvel just has been, even like with their mediocre movies, they're good movies.
Yeah.
And to top it off with Avengers Endgame, it's my God, I can't wait to show these movies to my future children. It is amazing. It's history. It's beautiful. But yeah, that's my top
Amen.
five. So number five is what was number five? Spider-Man Far From Home. Number four was Toy Story 4. Number three is Knives Out. Number two is Joker. And number one is Avengers Endgame. Yeah,
I
I
do
love
not
that.
give you flack. I do not give you flack for that.
Oh,
I like it.
and I would say Joker is a better cinematic movie, meaning, oof, how do I say this without triggering anyone? I'm not saying that like Avengers isn't cinema like some people would,
Oof, 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 oof.
but it's just it's not this grand Transformers robots fighting robots, a big explosion, something in the air. It's a
Hmm.
real story. The Joker is, and I've never seen that in a comic book movie to do something like that where it's Oscar worthy.
Mm.
It's amazing. So I mean, honestly, I would tie Joker and Endgame. But Endgame, I just have this fandom with Marvel, the MCU, and how they've created their stories and their characters. So that's why it is just number one. It's just I had such a great experience with that movie.
He didn't have to fall into a vat of acid
Hmm.
or chemicals, and now he's
Right,
crazy.
right,
Ooh, no,
exactly.
dude, like they made it
It's
more
real.
realistic,
Yeah,
more grounded, and I really appreciated that.
yeah. Joker is top notch movie making for sure, dude. It's like
Yes,
turning the comic book on its head. It's crazy. Crazy
yes,
what they did.
yes.
And
Sí, señor. Sí,
talk,
señor.
talking about that movie, dude. Like with all, like I'm gonna be real here. Watching that movie made my stomach churn.
Hmm.
It made me feel so uncomfortable, and especially during that time, it was just all these shootings, all these mass shootings going on in schools, WalMarts, and in the public. It made me like fear that something was gonna happen while watching it, and it just had that vibe. And I'm not saying that's what they wanted, but it was during that time, and
Yeah,
it just made you feel so uncomfortable. But
yeah.
that's how good Joaquin and the script writers and the director, you know, did. They made you feel uncomfortable. They put you in the head of this character named the Joker. What's his name? His real name?
Arthur Fleck in the movie.
Arthur Fleck. So like it's crazy. And yeah, I don't know why I brought that up about like, but honestly, bro, when I was watching the movie, and even Andy was telling me, my brother, he was like, "Oh man, is that guy getting up to shoot?" Like it just
Oof,
this whole thing in America right now. Like, oh, I'm not gonna, I'm not
oof,
trying to get political or anything, but it's
oof.
crazy, dude. The world is crazy right now. But yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it, bro.
Yeah. Any thoughts before I say anything else?
Ah, um, we had all the same movies in our top five except for one. You put Knives Out instead of us, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Us. Great movie. But I didn't like it as much as Get Out. Get Out was a better movie. Uh, and yes, it made me want to go rewatch it, but it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't a top-notch movie for me. I didn't enjoy it as much.
Is it in your top 10?
I would say yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that. I like
yeah. But like again, I didn't beep you.
that. Damn, you
Yeah,
heard that?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
uh,
who's honking.
but yeah. My God, where are we on the timer? Let me check here. Oh, it's just 44 minutes up there. But we've been in 43. Okay.
Oof,
But yeah, let me ask you. What is
ask me.
your? It's not in your top 10, but it was such a surprising movie that you really didn't think you were gonna like it, but it surprised you.
And it can't be in my top 10?
Yes. Well, no, it could be on your top 10. It could be on just your top 10. But what I'm saying is like,
The most
yeah,
surprising movie.
yeah. Most surprising movie.
Honestly, uh, let me look one more time. Oh, I erased it. Because I keep a list where I rate all the movies, right?
Hmm.
But at the start of every new year, I erase those and I just keep the top tens. So I will say the most surprising movie that I didn't think was gonna make my top ten was Terminator Dark Fate. Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh, for
I
real.
was not expecting for that movie to be good. I had heard of a lot of drama going on with because James Cameron was producer and I believe Tim Miller was directing. I heard there was some drama going on there. I also heard that it was not doing well financially, and and then I had also heard that Terminator 2 was the last good Terminator, and there's been like four since then, and so I went in with my expectations really low, You know,
Yeah.
I was psyched that Arnold was back, that they brought back Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor. And I was really, I was like, okay, this I saw the trailer. The guy, what's his name, who played the bad guy, the bad Terminator. But he's the same actor that plays
Yeah.
Ghost Rider on
I haven't
Agents of
seen it.
Shield.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
He,
like his actor name.
yeah.
Oh God. Oh my God. I forgot about it. Daniel.
Let me look it
No.
up right now.
Bro. Oof. No, I got it.
Actor,
No, I don't know.
who?
I forget.
I'm looking it up right now.
But yeah,
Um,
I haven't seen it, so I can't say much about the
oh,
movie.
Gabriel
Yeah.
Luna.
Great Gabriel Luna. Yep.
Gabriel Luna, I believe that's his name. Yes, Gabriel Luna.
I totally knew that. Hmm.
So I was like intrigued, I was like, okay, I like the cast. Tim Miller directed Deadpool. James Cameron was on as a producer. I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And
Okay. Uh huh.
yeah, and I actually really liked it. The action was solid.
Hmm.
The acting was good. Um, it had me glued to the screen all the way. There was nothing about it that felt boring or slow. The opening also was really good. It got you hooked. The only gripe I have with the movie is that, the plot is basically the same. There's
Yeah.
this girl that the Terminator wants to come and kill, and blah blah blah. It's the same. Then they have to defeat the bad Terminator. It's the same thing. So I guess that's the one issue that people maybe haven't didn't like about it. I probably would have appreciated more of a different ending or a different kind of plot. But I still thought the way it was made was well done. Um, Compared to the first two Terminator movies, I definitely liked this one. I'm not sure if I like this one more than Terminator 2. I thought Terminator 2 was pretty good and funnier, but this one was really good. This one was
Yeah.
really good, and it surprised me. I did not expect for this movie to get an A for me. I did not expect it to be on my top 10. I was thinking, yeah.
Hmm.
So that was my most surprising film.
Sorry for that noise, but I kind of dropped my charger. But
Oof,
uh, it's funny, yeah. And I was just looking at the tomato meter. It's like 70% on critics and 87 for audience. And
not
like,
bad, right?
yeah. And then Jeremy Johns over here put it as the like top five worst movies. Yeah. Did you?
What?
I know. That's why I was like
I didn't know
surprised.
that.
But yeah, I haven't.
Interesting.
I haven't seen Genesis. I haven't. Yeah, I need to. I want to watch them. Just haven't. And but anyways, I don't want to tease me or losing time here. We got about like 10 minutes and kind of want to go to something. But I'll say my most surprising movie is drum roll, please. Um, Shazam. Now Shazam,
Ooh,
bro. Shazam in March. I know it's like early in the year, and I thought it
yeah,
was like
dude.
2018, but what a freaking fun movie, bro. Shazam really, I loved it a lot. And it would be, I don't know about my top 10. I haven't made a top 10, but yeah, Shazam is such a great movie. And with DC's track record, that's why I was like, I always lower my expectations for DC movies. But even though like Aquaman was pretty good, Wonder Woman was it
The
was
best. Still the
the
best for
best.
me.
Yeah. The villain was all right, but yeah, Wonder Woman is pretty good. But
Hmm.
with Batman versus Superman, Justice League with the Rocky, uh, you know, Rocky criticisms. Um, yeah, they just don't have a solid foundation or solid grade, I guess. So with
Hmm.
Shazam, I was like, okay, hopefully it's good. I always lower my expectations. Just like when I went to watch Batman versus Superman, I actually kind of enjoyed it more than most people. But yeah, Shazam was so much fun, dude. I loved that movie. It was beautiful. But yeah, to kind of fast move forward, we have like these last 10 minutes, and I know we haven't even talked about 2020.
Oof.
So we're gonna go
Oof.
ahead and end it here um, on just our 2019, and we'll do a part two about 2020 in our next podcast, which is will be in on Tuesday. Um, but I want to ask about our top games in a quick 5 minute for you and a 5 minute for me.
Bet.
So, yeah, just what did you love in 2019? What were you really playing? Games. Tell me.
Well, um, I call it the Trinity, not the Holy Trinity. Okay, I'm not trying to blaspheme or anything, but I call it the Trinity because it was the three games that I just found myself playing so much. But I'll rank them. I'll rank them. Number three has to be Apex Legends for me in 2019. Um, as a fatigued trash Fortnite player, Apex came to save the day, baby. And it's, mind you, it's not because y'all have heard my Fortnite rant in the last video in the last podcast, and I still think my argument still stands. I haven't played Fortnite in months since then. It's been months since I've played Fortnite.
Yeah,
But Apex Legends was probably my top battle royale, and I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was a fair fight every time. Um, even in the ranked, even in the ranked playlist, I never felt like, oh my god, I'm just not good. I felt like every we could have won every game we played, except for the
yeah,
times where we get sandwiched.
yeah,
But that's just bad luck. That's just bad luck, which is fine. I can deal with bad luck. I just can't deal when there's people that are like 30 times better than I am, and
yeah.
I'm in the same lobby as them. But anyway, Apex Legends was fantastic. Number two was oh, the only thing I don't like about Apex is that you have to have three players. That's the only thing that like really downs
Mm.
me, because I never played that game by myself. I always have to play it with two other people in order for me to have a good time with it. Number two was Brawlhalla. Again, I am just hooked on that freaking game. It gets me so mad, but it also is so satisfying when you win, especially
Yeah,
when you wreck people. It's so satisfying. Josh and I reached platinum this in one of the
barely.
seasons, barely. But it was the longest time we've been platinum, though. It
And
was
then
the
we
first
went
time we
right
went
back to
platinum.
gold.
Yeah, but at least we got platinum. We got there.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was good. I love the game, man. It just never gets boring for me. And this year I loved it. I love Brawlhalla. It's my number two. Number one though has to be this new Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It is fantastic to me. It feels, it's such a, I hated, not hated, okay. I really didn't like Infinite Warfare. I really didn't get much fun out of World War II. What was the one before Infinite Warfare? Black Ops. No, there was Black Ops 4 came right after World War
Yeah.
II.
No,
Um, wait, what?
Black Ops 4 was before this one. That
Yes,
were
yes.
Yeah,
So
and
Infinite Warfare, World War
uh
II, and then Black
yes,
Ops 4.
yes,
Black Ops 4 was all right. Um, it was all right. Call of Duty Modern Warfare has a different feel. It feels amazing. Just the combat feels fantastic. I love playing with friends on that game. I love playing by myself with that game. It is just so satisfying, and it is definitely for me. It has brought Call of Duty back in my life because I was playing Call of Duty a lot in my
it's
early years,
back.
and now, yes, it is back. It is back, and I absolutely love the game. Man, it is a Call of Duty that I. If the next Call of Duty is trash, you better believe I'm gonna still be playing Modern Warfare, 100%. But
Ugh,
yeah, I love it.
man,
That's all.
that's all, folks. Well, freaking Apex, man. I love freaking Apex. I love it. I love the game, and
Mm.
yeah. I really wish they had freaking duo and solo because I can't play Apex on my own, like Angel said, and it kind of frustrates me because I gotta wait like 2 weeks maybe to play Apex now, and I don't play it as
Oof.
often as like I do with other games. But Apex Legends is such a great game. Please, you've had solo and duos and limited time modes, and they've worked out well. I got my first solo dub once I played it, and then my duos, and my God, it plays good.
It
Come on,
does.
Spawn.
They're just teasing us. They're playing with us.
Respawn, listen, I know I have 244 subs right now. And I'm at the bottom of the voices, but please, add duos and solos, okay? You don't have to add squads. Duos and solos is just fine, you know? Trios is perfect for the game.
Yes.
Please, I love your game. I have freaking 4 pops and I'm trying to get all of them, all right? I love Apex and I love the way it feels. I love the abilities of each character. You know, it's amazing, amazing game. Uh, PUBG number one, or no, I mean it wasn't number one. Apex was, but number two on my list is PUBG. Love PUBG. PUBG fanatic. Just love the. I love the realism, and yes, you know there's some not realistic stuff in the movie. I mean movie in the game, but just
Hmm.
the. I like the slow pace. I like the strategic factor. PUBG just. I've already talked about PUBG. PUBG. Everybody knows PUBG. I like PUBG. Hi, I'm Lil
Yes, you
Dag
do.
Master. I like PUBG.
Hmm.
So that's number two there, and then number three, I would have to give it to Brawlhalla, even though I really got frustrated at the end of the year with Brawlhalla.
Mm. Mm.
Just it killed me and it made me mad and still makes me mad every time I play it because it has these stupid mechanics and sometimes it just doesn't register in the game. And when you hit somebody and you get doo-dooed on and the rank system is bad and but the game is a good it's a good how do you say it? Not a good copy of Super Smash Bros. Because they're similar, but they have their own things. But it's a good game. Brawlhalla is a
Yes.
good. It just needs the ranking needs to be fixed big time. Do not put me against freaking diamonds, please. Let me
Oh
play
my God.
play
Yes.
with people with my rank. Uh, and then yeah, freaking Fortnite 2019 was the downfall of Fortnite. I haven't played that game in like oh people kids keep asking me, have you been playing Fortnite? No. And I tried it once and during Christmas time and I played it literally one game. And then after that
Mhm.
game, I just unlocked all the gifts that were they gave out. I got the Millennium Falcon glider, dude. Everybody,
Oh,
you didn't get it. Everybody
I
got it.
didn't.
Yeah, but yeah, no. I mean, I'm always down to try to Fortnite again. Great game. Fortnite is a great game. They just need it's just the skill factor in that game is just too high. Um, but yeah, so sadly, we do really gotta go. Well, I gotta go. Well, I just want this podcast to be an hour. I don't want it to be more than an hour. So, but we're gonna go ahead and do a part two um,
Right
on
now.
Tuesday.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right now, after these messages. Are you due to at Fortnite? Well, you get this drink called the Be Better at Fortnite, not Be Doo Doo. Anyways,
Call in 555
call 555
555.
555. It's called Booyashika. um, but yeah, so that's yeah, video games is my life. One thing before we go, bro.
Yes.
I have this problem where I cannot play video games without you guys, and I just feel like if I play by myself, I just can't do it. I don't know. And that's one thing
Oof.
I used to just play video games whatever I wanted and I would have fun, but now I'm depressed when I'm playing by myself.
Honestly, it's not the same without the boys. That's one thing this year taught me. It's not the same without the boys.
Oh,
Sorry.
weekend.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's not. It isn't. But I do want to go back into playing campaigns for sure. But anyways, we got to end it off here. We hit the hour mark. So I again appreciate anybody who's listening to this. Yeah, and I appreciate you, Lil Keys, for joining me, and hopefully we can have more guests, maybe of the 50
Of
or
the
any
5 all.
or any other guests to join us in these podcasts. But do you want to say anything before we go? Do you want you, can they follow you somewhere on Instagrams? Do you want people to follow you on Instagram or anything?
All I was just gonna say to encourage the viewers, if they disagree with us, comment their top 5 movies of the year. Comment their top three video games of the year. Anything they said, if they agree, like let us know. Put the timestamp. Mark, if you disagree with us, let us know. We wanna. I would love to at least hear what you guys have to say. Share your highlights of 2019. Share your lows of 2019 if you feel comfortable doing so. Whatever, we'd love for you to be a part of this conversation that Lil Dag and I are having. I guess you could follow me at I
Bleh.
guess 237 keys on Instagram. I don't post a lot, so maybe it's just best that you just watch me on here and on the stream with Little Dag. But if you want to, go ahead. Why not?
Amen. What was I going to say? Anything that we didn't cover today, we're probably going to cover the next podcast and the next podcast and the next podcast. So,
And the
but
next podcast.
we're going to talk about for sure. Yeah, Lil Dagmaster on Instagram. Go ahead. I'm going to try to post more. I haven't posted there in like over a year. I did post recently, but that was just like one video in 1 year. But on Instagram, and then also follow my YouTube because I'm trying to put this podcast either on iTunes or any other podcast sources. So
Hmm.
follow me on, subscribe to me on YouTube at Lil Dag Master, and yeah, and I try to stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday and Saturday. Okay, I'm not gonna be doing Wednesdays and Thursdays because I need to use those days to edit. so
Hey,
so I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you, Angel. And again, comment down your freaking thoughts of everything we've talked about. And y'all have a great freaking day, baby.